Can you move to the middle there, please? Thank you very much. That's it. All right. Andrew and Renelle flew all the way from Port Alfred. Do you guys know where Port Alfred is? Port Elizabeth? Port Alfred is right there, you know? Best university, they love Namibians. Yes, I would thank you so much for coming. It's really amazing to meet you and to have you here and to learn what you guys are doing. It's really awesome. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Ilse, and thank you for inviting us here. We really are enjoying Swakopmund. It's beautiful here. You really have a beautiful town. Port Alfred is very similar in many ways. Also a small town, also long ago a fishing village, if you want to call it that. But at the same time, we also have an international university in Port Alfred, private university in South Africa that I will tell you more about this afternoon. You will have to listen very, very carefully because I do have two prizes here. And at the end, I will ask 2 questions. And whoever sticks up their hand first will win the prize. So I have 2 bags here, so do listen carefully. There won't be any trick questions. They will be very easy, and I hope that you enjoy the presentation. So, as introduced, my name is Renelle Bartlett, and I'm from Stenden, South Africa. Stenden, South Africa is owned by a university in the Netherlands called NHL Stenden University. And because NHL Stenden University owns us, our students really have great international opportunities throughout their studies. So before you even graduate, you can already visit 4 or 5 different countries during your studies. And that is a voluntary process. Those who don't want to go international throughout their studies can stay at Port Alfred as well. So on the first slide, you can see a picture of our campus in Port Alfred, located in the heart of the Sunshine Coast. Right, the second slide, yeah. Unleashing potential. What does unleashing potential mean? Sometimes we find students come to Stenden or to any university and you don't know what to expect. You are shy, you might not have your full potential out yet. So we teach our students in small groups of no more than 12, and listen carefully now. This is called problem-based learning. And in problem-based learning, this really unleashes potential in students to be the best person that they can be within industry. Okay, so if you want to be a manager in the field of hospitality management or disaster management, you really need those 21st century skills in place, which I'm going to talk about just now as well. If you want to, you may take my contact details down there. That's my WhatsApp number. Often, after hours, I lie on the couch and my husband Andrew over there says, "What are you doing?" And I'm there saying, "Oh, I'm chatting to students. That's my job. I chat to students and I inform them about the study options at Stenden. Not only Stenden, South Africa, but also Stenden in the Netherlands. But for today's purposes, I'm really talking more about Stenden, South Africa. Right. Our campus is, as I said, located in the beautiful and safe town of Port Alfred in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. It's about 1.5 hours drive from Port Elizabeth. And if any of you know Grahamstown and Rhodes University, we're 1/2 hour's drive from Rhodes University. We're 5 minutes walk from the beach. I know that you guys are used to the beach here as well, but our water is much warmer there. So you can swim and surf there as well. We have a very active student representation council, and they are really the liaison between management at Stenden and the students. So we also have accommodation and meals on our campus. For example, if students aren't happy with the meals and menus, we have a catering representative on the SRC. We have an entertainment committee. Because Port Alfred is small, the students really have to see to their own entertainment. And I can just tell you that students have a great student life in Port Alfred. They absolutely love it with the entertainment committee. So we have a Mr. and Ms. Stenden on a yearly basis. We have a winter ball. We have summer cocktail evenings. We have lots of entertainment for our students. A lot of you obviously also want to be part of an international environment, multicultural environment. At Stenden South Africa, 40% of our students come from African countries, such as Zimbabwe, Zambia, Tanzania, Namibia, the DRC, Botswana, Kenya, Uganda, Ghana, etc. Okay? We don't have that many students on our campus. We have about 300 full-time students on our campus. So if you work out 40% of 300, you can work out how many international students we have. However, twice a year, we also get students from our international campus sites. And those students come from our campus in the Netherlands. We will also have a whole lot of German students that come from Germany because they are studying in the Netherlands. We have students from Indonesia, China, India, Poland, a lot of European countries. And they, so twice a year, we take about 120 to 140 of those students on our campus. This is called the Grand Tour. Also an important phrase for you to remember. It might be one of the questions later, who knows. Okay. We offer 2 degree programs in Port Alfred. The first one is the BCom, Hospitality Management Program, and that is a 3-year degree program. And then we offer a 4-year BBA, Bachelor of Business Administration degree in Disaster Relief Management. Many of you will probably ask, what is disaster management actually? If you really want to know more in depth about disaster management, you can come and visit me at my table right at the back with a pink tablecloth, and I can cover a bit of the curricula with you. But broadly speaking, disaster management covers a broad spectrum of disaster management. We think of, for example, natural disasters, fires, volcanoes, floods, those types of things. Then we think of disasters such as hunger, food security, subsistence farming. We think of disasters in logistics, for example, car manufacturing plants. It's a disaster if a certain part doesn't arrive for a specific car, logistics. We think of severe weather patterns. We work with airports and harbors. We think of NGOs, schooling, education, all of those things can be disasters. So disaster management, as I say, really is not only a flood or a fire, it's much broader. Students who like to help people, who have a large interest in humanitarian aspects, disaster management will really be for you. Then our teaching methods. So it's very important for us to have students on our campus, and then we can provide, or we can fairly much know that you will be employed once you leave Stenden. It's very important for us. We don't just want students to come to our campus, do a degree, or just cruise through, and then you don't find employment at the end of the day. So we focus a lot on 21st century skills, such as collaboration and communication. In the field of management, if you can't collaborate with your fellow peers or your fellow colleagues, fellow managers, you're not going to be an efficient manager. Sometimes you don't like someone that you're working with. We can't help that, but we need to collaborate with those people. Communication is very important. Sometimes if we spread stories, these can be the wrong things. Sometimes we don't communicate effectively. So communication is very important for us as well, and that's what we teach in our curricula. Again, problem-based learning. Student groups of no more than 12 per group. We give you a challenge at the beginning of the week that is related to the theme of the topic of the module. So for example, in hospitality management, you might be doing the module human resources management and hospitality management. But every Monday, for example, somebody is ill or not at work. How do you address this problem? You then go back and research how you would best address this problem, and then at the end of the week in your small group, you come and bring your answer back to that group. What this does is that students learn from fellow students. Also, students really learn to talk up in front of students because there's no wrong answer. There's just the best answer, but no wrong answer. Okay. And also design-based education, and here we work very closely with our mother university in the Netherlands. And so we do a lot of staff exchanges, so we have a lot of expertise, and we stay at the forefront of design-based education. Also small group education, also focusing on communication, collaboration, problem solving, very interactive. So if you are a student who doesn't just want to sit in the lecture hall all day and be thrown with information, then this type of education is really very suitable for you because it's very interactive, lots of practical and practices that are integrated with the theory of the curricula. A lot of workshops. We have 2 advisory boards for our programs, and those consist of industry experts as well as people from other academic institutions, and they give us input on workshops and industry experts that come to our campus and address our students on specific topics. Presentations, our students give presentations at the end of each term on your actual module assignment, so you actually feed back to a broader student group. And then we also have some lectures. We also have a lot of real-world learning. So for our hospitality management degree, we have our own 4-star boutique hotel in Port Alfred. And if you grab a pamphlet of mine at the back, you will see a photo of the My Pond Hotel, which is right on the riverbanks of Port Alfred's Kawi River. Beautiful setting. And our students do all their real-world learning there. In the first year, you learn all the operational requirements, such as making beds, setting tables, cleaning rooms, all of those menial tasks, but very, very important tasks. In the second year, you supervise the first years, and in the third year, you manage the hotel. So our hotel is fully managed by students, and we have real guests in our hotel. So if you want to visit Port Alfred and you want to come for an open day, you can book into the My Pond Hotel, but the students will manage the hotel and you'll have a super experience there. For disaster management, it's a slightly different scenario because we can't create the actual disasters for our students to attend real-world learning. But if there are disasters around the globe, we have a joint operating center and our students are exposed to those disasters and they have to give their input and analyze what they would do as disaster managers. That's just one aspect of real-world learning for disaster management. Other aspects include being part of the local NSRI, National Sea Rescue Institute, working closely with the fire station, working with the emergency medical services, working with the South African National Defence Force and building survival camps. Though you don't become a first respondent, you become a manager in the field of disaster management. Okay. Then also, confidently, I can say that 95% of all our graduates are employed. Why can I say that? Because every year we measure the employability of all our graduates. We're fortunate enough that we can stay in contact with all our graduates because we're not that large. So we have just measured our graduates now, again in March, and despite the pandemic, we've got a 95% employability in our hospitality management students. With our disaster relief students, it's more like 88% employment. Those are excellent figures. So we also only don't just measure the South African students, we measure every single graduate that has been through our doors. Our graduates are placed all around the globe. 50% of our graduates are not in South Africa. In fact, they are elsewhere in the world. So they are based in the USA, they're based in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, they are based in Qatar, they're based in Australia, they're based in New Zealand. They work in Europe, they work in Africa. Our graduates are all over the world. So we can confidently say that we are a truly international university. Right. Yeah. I've already touched on the Grand Tour. What is the Grand Tour then again? It means students coming in from our international branch campus sites and our mother university to our campus in Port Alfred. It also means students going out from Stenden, South Africa to one of our international branch campus sites. We have branch campus sites in Bali, in Bangkok, in Italy, in Aruba, and then we have 4 branches in the Netherlands. Our main campus in the Netherlands is in Leeuwarden, where we have 23,000 students. It's called NHL Stenden, and Leeuwarden is a 2-hour train drive from Amsterdam Airport. Very safe time and beautiful, so if you want to go on Grand Tour there, that's also an option for you. The other international aspect that you can have at Stenden, that you also don't have to, you can do your internship either in South Africa or back here in Namibia if you want to, but you can also do your internship abroad, for example, in the United States. Again, all the areas that I mentioned earlier, the UAE, Australia, Europe, yeah, Africa, of course, many African opportunities as well. Okay, I just want to touch on a few areas of specialization so you can really tailor your degree if you are Stenden in hospitality management. These are just a few of the areas of tailoring your degree into. So in the 3rd year, you can choose one of these. So we have wildlife management, we have events management, we have lodge management, revenue management, hotel opening, food security, that's more for disaster management, international relations, online marketing or digital marketing, logistics management, social entrepreneurship, advanced wine studies, cruise line management. If you want to travel the world, cruise line management is really great. Change and innovation management, international human resources, business in the Middle East, mindful leadership, very nice. After the pandemic or during the pandemic, now people have become very mindful, especially in human resources. It's taken a huge trend in the direction of being mindful to people. Managers aren't just the harsh person up in front anymore. You collaborate with your teams. So a very nice area of specialization. And green logistics. Those are just a few. We have many more areas of specialization as well. Where can I work? Yeah, where can I work? Okay. Hospitality, the field is very open. You can work in hotels, cruise liners, events companies, and revenue management within a hotel. Every business needs revenue managers to be sustainable and to make a profit. Human resources, operations management, leisure resorts and hotels. You can have your own company. Quite a few of our graduates actually do have their own companies, and they're beautiful, beautiful companies. 2 of our students, graduates, have opened a very upmarket boutique in Stellenbosch in the Winelands, and they've got the most exotic and beautiful menu to match their boutique establishment. Disaster management, there you can work at agricultural research councils, at weather stations, NGOs such as the Red Cross and United Nations. You can work at ports and harbors, you can work within the field of food security. There's so much hunger nowadays that there's a big demand for managers in the field of food security. International relations, and then also the private sector, also local government and national government. What are the admission requirements? Okay. Is that on admission requirements? Yeah. Okay, so doing the international Cambridge system, you need to have passed 1 O-level subject in English and 4 AS level subjects with symbol A to D. Of those 4 AS levels, you need 1 science in there. The other alternate is to have 2 A-level subjects and 3 O-level subjects in English. We have 2 intakes per year, one every January/February, the last week of January or first week of February, and then we also have an intake in the last week of July/first week of August. Okay, so applications for January 2023 are now open, as well as still for August 2022, if you have any friends who want to still enroll for this year. All right, so those are just the admission requirements. Again, just to outline, for the Namibian students to qualify for the exemption, they will need at least 4 higher level subjects with symbol 1 to 3 and 1 O-level subject with symbol A to C, or for the international Cambridge system, 4 AS level subjects with symbol A to D, including English language, and 1 O-level subject. Okay. What are the costs? Okay, and here also your parents can contact me to discuss the costs and the payment options. We do have accommodation and meals on our campus, though they are not compulsory in the package. You may choose to take them. A lot of our students come and register with us, and then after the first semester you've already met some friends, and then you form 2 or 3 together and you rent a house. But you can also stay on campus throughout the duration of your studies. A shared room per year costs 45,000 Rand, which is also 45,000 Namibian dollars. You can divide that by 4, which is 11,260 Rand per term, okay? And then you can choose between 1 to 3 meals a day. 3 meals a day are 45,000 Rand, but you can reduce that cost largely by maybe only eating 2 meals or 1 and then doing your own cooking. Most of our establishments have their own kitchens, so you can also cook your own meals. And then the tuition fee per year is 99,500 South African Rand, and that you can also divide by 4 and pay per term, 24,875 Rand per term. I just want to read you a short testimonial quickly. We do have students from Namibia. I've just chosen 2 recent ones. Peter Griff is from Walvis Bay Private School. Peter chose to study hospitality management at Stenden South Africa for various reasons. Number 1, small classes taught through problem-based learning and design-based education. Number 2, real-world learning that's being trained for industry. Number 3, internationally recognized and an additional advantage for future career prospects. Number 4, grand tour, meaning students can travel whilst they learn. Campuses in Indonesia, Thailand, the Netherlands, and Aruba and Italy. Number 5, beautiful safe campus in the heart of the Sunshine Coast. And number 6, 95% employment rate on graduation. And that is why Peter chose Stenden South Africa. Peter is currently completing his 3rd year of study and is doing his internship at the Broadmoor Destination Resort in Colorado Springs, the United States of America. Nikki Odendaal, she's from Windhoek. She chose to study at Stenden South Africa because of the broad career opportunities which our degree programs offer. The degree programs can be tailored towards a student's explicit interest or area of expertise. For hospitality management, we have, among others, event management, advanced wine studies, digital marketing, revenue management. For disaster management, among others, again, food security, conflict resolution, international relations, mindful leadership. Nikki did her internship on the beautiful island of Mauritius at JW Marriott Resort, and then went on to become the lodge manager at Ongava Lodge here in Namibia. Currently, she is the manager at Patrick Mavros and lives in Windhoek. She recently got married and is now, a little bit out of the hospitality industry. Did you know that Stenden offers accommodation and meals to our students? Okay. Did you know that Stenden teaches its students in small groups through problem-based learning and design-based education? Did you know that our disaster management degree has a large practical component in its curriculum? Okay. Students who study the disaster management program do the theory integrated with practice called real-world learning. Did you know that Stenden is a diverse campus with students from as many as 15 different countries? Did you know that Stenden makes community empowerment a priority and is deeply involved in the local community? Did you know that students at Stenden have international opportunities for study? Our popular granteur program allows students to study at our various locations, as mentioned previously, and called minus areas of expertise. Did you know about the strong focus on real-world learning at Stenden? We have our own learning hotel, Mar Pond, and also other initiatives for disaster management. Did you know that Stenden has a 95% employability on graduation? Did you know that Stenden has over 200 carefully selected industry partners worldwide to ensure that our students enjoy the best possible internship which Stenden arranges for them, okay? You don't arrange your own internship, we do that for you. That's resulting in that excellent employment rate. Did you know that our disaster management students have a choice to tailor their degree into their area of interest? I've been through that before. And did you know that our applications for January 2023 are open? And that brings us to the end of our presentation this afternoon. Okay, I'm going to be now asking the two questions. So, whoever puts up their hand first will win the first prize. Name two of our main educational methods at Stenden South Africa. Yes?
That could be problem-based learning and design-focused education.
Very, very well done. Here's your prize. What is your name? Hello. Aiden, did you say?
Yes.
Hi, Aiden. Here's your prize. Okay. Right, listen up carefully. Very easy. On graduation, what is the percentage employment rate? Yes.
95%.
Sorry?
95.
95%. What is your name?
Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Andrew, you've won a prize. Well done. Girls, you've lost out. Sorry, but I might have another prize if you come around our stand tomorrow or whenever. Maybe we can enter a little competition and I can have another prize for you. If you want to change the color of the bag, you can. I've got all blue bags. Otherwise, if you've got a sister or someone, you can hang them that bag. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and thank you once again.
Guys, did you enjoy that? Yes, I think that was absolutely amazing. Renal, tomorrow I have some geography classes and I'm going to ask you to come to my classes that we discuss this disaster management. I think it's an amazing new opportunity, really. Okay, guys, thank you very much for being here. There's one more talk on sea fisheries and fisheries, which is fantastic opportunities as well. So I'm going to take a break and see you in 6 o'clock.